Hello and welcome to Let's Evolve Together. My name is Deepa. This is the second video in a series on how to meditate for beginners. So in the first video, I showed you how to find your physical seat so that you can sit comfortably for your meditation practice. So if you haven't seen that one, I definitely recommend it. And now in this video, our second video, I'm going to show you how to set up your meditation shrine. And I just wanted to say right off the bat, you do not need a shrine to meditate. In fact, most of the time people will put on an audio of a guided meditation and they'll sit in a comfortable place, maybe quiet in their bedroom or someplace they can get away. Just listen to the audio, and as long as you're sitting comfortably, it doesn't matter if you have a shrine or not. Another option is to just simply hang something on the wall that you can gently focus your eyes on and gaze at. Now, you may be wondering, I thought I was supposed to close my eyes when I meditate. So actually, and you can experiment with this, we almost always meditate with our eyes open, at least how I learned. And this is because it's a lot easier to focus the mind. And the reason behind that is because when you close your eyes, your body goes into this automatic place, almost like you're preparing to fall asleep, and then thoughts start running through your mind. You start to rehash your day, and your mind starts racing, and it's harder to focus the mind, it's harder to control the mind, and it's harder to rein the mind back to your focal point when you're trying to meditate. So if you keep the eyes gently open, a nice soft gaze, maybe at one point on the wall. Some people will use a yantra, painting of a yantra, or some artwork, for example, and you would focus on one point in the center of that painting, right where it's comfortable for your eyes, and soften your eyes a little bit, bringing most of your attention inside. It's almost like they're barely open. Most of your attention is inside on your breath and on your heart, really just feeling into your subtle energy. So I just wanted to say that right off the bat, that you do not need a shrine, but if you like to have some more visuals and you want a place to put your incense and your malas and your pictures and your murtis and your lighters, everything like that, then I'm going to show you how to do that today. Okay, so this is the table that was hiding under my meditation cloth. So this little table is actually an end table that would go by your bedside. I just looked online until I found one that I thought would suit my needs. So they're all different. Obviously, you've seen thousands of them. I like this one a lot because it has a shelf, and I actually leave my lighter here for my candles. And this one also has a drawer. So I've got my incense, I've got extra candles, I've got sacred texts, I've got pictures. I mean, really anything. You could put a journal in there and a pen so that any inspiration or guidance that you hear while meditating, you can jot it down so you don't forget it. That'd be a really special thing to have in your drawer. So you can get something much simpler than this, but I really like this table height. Now, I'm only 5'1", so this table height works for me. If you're taller, you might want an end table that's a little higher. This one sits about 18 inches off of the ground. Okay, so if you want to keep this kind of thing very simple, my recommendation is to just use a candle. You put the candle in the middle of the table, you light your candle, and that's what you focus on when you meditate. And remember, you keep your eyes soft. You don't want to be staring really hard out of your eyes. That will make your eyes burn and sore, and it'll never work. You'll never last. And you really want to practice pulling your energy inside when you meditate anyway. And so if you're staring and you're trying to open your eyes really wide or trying to stay awake, your energy is going to be moving out away from your body instead of in toward your heart. So the focus is about 80% internal, 20% external. So like I said, you can hang something here on the wall, or you can use a candle to focus on. And another option is to use a picture. So that could be a picture of someone you love, of course, but you may want something more neutral and something that doesn't bring up emotion. So something that inspires you, a mountain, the beach, a waterfall, an empty field with flowers. Anything that inspires you, anything that opens your heart. Maybe it's a picture from somewhere that you've traveled. And you can really go all out here and make your shrine very creative, and so that you want to come to it every day and sit here every day. It's your special place, it's your quiet place. Something that is really nice about having at least a corner of the room that you know you're going to sit and meditate at. So you would keep your cushion there or your chair. And if you don't have a shrine, you would at least have the cushion where you sit to focus and meditate, is because that particular area where you sit every day, if it's the same place every day, will start to gain more and more energy from your meditation practice, more and more spiritual energy, or what we call Shakti. And so that every time you go to sit down, you've got this reservoir of spiritual energy sitting there waiting for you to soak it up to begin your meditation practice again. It's inspiring, it's supportive, it's super helpful. And anyway, so let's keep going. So another option is, you may know this as a statue, but we actually call them murtis. And a murti is similar to a statue. It usually is of a deity or a god or goddess in the Hindu or Buddhist tradition. And the reason they call them murti is, and not statues, is because the murti has a life force energy in it, a Shakti in it, and whereas a statue might be considered a still object. This is alive, and this is Ganesh, and Ganesh carries the energy of removing obstacles, helping us to get more playful, get into our more playful sides, more creative. Ganesh is known as the patron saint of the arts and education. Okay, anyway, removing of obstacles, so I always have Ganesh nearby. And we have pictures of him all over the house and everything, but that's just my particular favorite. Oh, I did want to show you, if you want to add a cloth, just to soften it up a bit. And once again, your favorite color or your favorite design, whatever feels good to you is what you're going for. Same with the picture, same with picking out a mala, picking out a murti, picking out candles. It should all feel like you're home, like it's just for you, okay? So I like to also meditate with my eyes gazing and focusing on a murti. That's also helpful. It's inspiring and supportive as well. But these are simply options. You get a little incense burner and some incense. And I use rice to snuff out the incense because I always have rice available, and it's super easy to dump out and clean and put fresh in. So little incense. And then, of course, any shells or rocks or crystals, like anything that you want to offer. Sacred objects that you have that will make your shrine extra special. And I'll go over malas in another video. This is my mala bag and my mala. And we just like to offer things to the murtis or the deities. I always bring flowers, incense, candles, candies. Ganesh loves chocolate. And you may have seen these before. This is a meditation bell, and oftentimes you'll hear it at the beginning and the end of meditation class that signals the start and end of class. And it's a real light tone, and it's just a signal to yourself and to spirit that you're done meditating or that you're going to start meditating for the session. Very optional. One other thing that I don't have here is a timer. I like to time myself, so if I meditate, let's say for 10 minutes or a half hour, whatever it might be, I set the timer on my phone so that I don't have to keep looking at the clock and wondering if I've gone too long, and then it's very distracting too. I can't really sink in deep when I'm always looking at the timer. So you want to be able to have as few distractions as possible when you sit and meditate, so that you can really use your time well and begin to enjoy the experience a little more. Okay, so once again, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped. And please comment below if you have any questions at all. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Namaste.